Hey, good morning to you, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. It depends on where you are. Hey, this is my Monday morning. Aloha Monday. Hey, Warriors. A couple of things I want to share today. I'm going to keep this pretty brief. But one is the rivers of energy flowing that I talked about in the email. And if you're not on the email list and getting the full email, I suggest you go to benedickhoward.com/book and grab the first chapter. benedickhoward.com/book. And that way you get the full email. So I wanted to demonstrate this really interesting energizing protocol, and I'm going to stand on some rock here, and I'm going to take my shoes off. The ground is damp, and see if I can show you. I roll forward on my toes and then drop down. I want to keep my legs straight, and I can feel the jolt of the drop down going. Let me talk and just get into the feeling for this. Yeah, there we go. And if I wasn't holding this phone with my right arm, it would be dropping down more too, and I can feel the compression going all the way up. In fact, you can probably see my skin on my face is dropping a little bit. My old skin. And what I can feel in my feet is this tingling sensation in the soles of my feet as the blocked energy is being discharged. Now let's talk about that energy a little bit. You may remember, I forget when it was, but I was talking about the expanded water in the joints. It acts as a lubricant. I was also talking about the bones being a piezoelectric. So when they get compressed like that, they're actually releasing a small charge of electricity into that space, or into that lubricant space between the joints. And what that does is it expands any water in there by about 20% actually in volume. And then the water goes into a new phase called basically a gel-like phase. So it doesn't flow like water normally does, it gels. And so what you're doing with it's just a few, you just need to drop down a few times. I said 5 minutes in the email, I think, but it's not even that. It's like a few seconds. You can feel it happening. And what it does is it just like completely changes the electrical charge in the body, and very, very quickly brings it up online, back online. It discharges that stuck energy in there. So that's my message for today. I'm going to keep it short. And here's a couple of things to ponder about. 75% of the wealth of the people on Earth is owned by 350 people. 4 billion of us at the bottom of the pile of the pyramid own 2%. So how in the hell can we have a democracy anywhere when 350 people control 75% of the wealth? And it ain't going to the bottom 4 billion, that's for sure. And the other thing is, with all of the AI centers that have been going up, in America we have 3,960 centers that are operating here. That's more than the next 8 countries combined. Hey Danielle, aloha Monday to you. Good to see you here. Thanks for joining us. And so just think about that. Why in the world do we need all of these data centers? And I have my theory on that, which I'll share in a moment. And why would we have 3,000, basically 4,000 of those data centers in the US when all of the other countries combined, there's China everywhere, combined has less than that, those 8 countries. So there's 2 things happening here. One is the data center is a big con thing, and in terms of like stock market stuff, so it's boosting up the stock markets, blah, 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 blah. The other thing, which is very nefarious, is that the data centers, of course, being used as part of the genocide agenda. It's part of the control thing that they could do through the phones and everything else. So, yeah, just pause on that for a moment. And meanwhile, I'm going to get back to my warrior drop here. And get re-energized. I've needed to do this a couple of times every day, actually, when I'm writing. And I've got chapters 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 is in process, and 14 is complete. And it's just got a few little edits in it, but it's complete. So I've got 13, 15, and 16, those chapters 2 left to do this week, and then I'll be ready for the launch party on the 30th, 6 p.m. I'll do a little live stream there. So hope to see you on the live stream. I'll broadcast it to this group as well, and we'll take care of it from there. I'm like so relieved. I'm going to go up Mauna Kea on my birthday on Wednesday for my 75th, catch the sunrise, and then get back down again and back to editing. And I tell you, community is essential. You know, we can have these virtual communities, which here on Facebook, etc., which are, more nefarious than they are probably good for us. But I do a real, live community event every Friday afternoons at our local farmers market, where I go and play ukulele and sing to the market for 2 or 3 hours. And it's been really rewarding, not only for me to do that, but also I can see in the market and the people that it helps to bring that community together. And a farmer's market is an essential community-making tool. So whatever you can do to support your farmer's market, especially as we're going into what we're going into, and if you don't understand what we're going into, oh, God bless you. It's probably better not. It's not exactly pleasant. And that's what those data centers are. They're really control hubs. And yeah, it's all about money. And yeah, it's not about health. It's not about wealth. It's all about taking down civilizations that have created the wealth that the top 350 people think they need, and so that they can control more of the events further down the road. A committee of 300, way more powerful than the Rothschilds and those guys. But anyway, it's the top dog shit, right? And another thing I noticed the other day is they've changed the Trump avatar. If you look at him, he's taller now. He used to be originally 4 or 5 years ago, about 5 or 6 inches higher than Melania. And then in the this term, Trump 2.0, he's been shorter, and yesterday or the day before, end of last week maybe, they put in another avatar who is more the original height. So you'll notice that in your news and stuff like that. So that's what's happening there. So all of the politics and the geopolitics aside, I wish you the best for the week. And, you know, stay centered, stay fasted. And if you're not fasting, learn to fast, because you're going to need it. And really boost the cleansing out of your body and your mind that fasting gives. That clarity, not only in the physical body, but also in your mental body, is quite extraordinary. So, aloha. I'm going to finish off here. Thanks, Danielle, for joining us. Looking forward to connecting with you and everybody else more. And finishing off those remaining chapters. We've had lots of rains here. Lots of rains for the past month, and that's why we've got the mosquitoes. Aloha.